Let's fast forward to Sunday's game played on September 28th, with an international series matchup in Dublin, Ireland, between the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are the home team for this game. In front of a raucous crowd of over 74,000 at Croke Park, the Pittsburgh Steelers edged the Minnesota Vikings 24-21 in what became a historic and gripping contest. The event marked the NFL's first regular season game on Irish soil and carried extra weight for both teams, but especially for the Steelers, who found a way to win their way and seal the moment. Minnesota struck first with a 41-yard field goal by Will Reichard, giving the Vikings an early 3-0 advantage. The Steelers answered in the closing moments of the first quarter when Kenneth Gainwell punched it in from 1 yard out, putting Pittsburgh up 7-3. In the second quarter, Pittsburgh struck big. Veteran quarterback Aaron Rodgers connected with DK Metcalf on an 80-yard touchdown pass, sending the crowd into a frenzy and giving the Steelers a 14-3 lead. Minnesota managed a field goal before halftime, 28 yards, trimming the margin to 14-6. The third quarter saw Gainwell again find the end zone on a 4-yard run, stretching Pittsburgh's advantage to 21-6, with time slipping away from the Vikings. With the fourth quarter underway, the Vikings mounted a late surge comeback. Quarterback Carson Wentz hit Xavier Scott on a 16-yard touchdown pass, followed by a successful 2-point conversion to pull within 24-14 with 7:50 remaining. Later, with 2 minutes and 08 seconds left, Minnesota scored again when Wentz connected with Jalen Nailor for a 2-yard touchdown, making it 24-21. But the Vikings' final drive stalled, and Pittsburgh held on. While the game was close on the scoreboard, but for much of the contest, the Vikings never truly had full control or a clear opportunity to win. Pittsburgh jumped out to a 14-3 lead with an 80-yard Rodgers to Metcalf touchdown and a short Gainwell run. That forced Minnesota into playing catch-up for most of the game. Carson Wentz was sacked 6 times and threw 2 interceptions. Even when the Vikings moved the ball effectively between the 20-yard lines, turnovers and lost yards prevented them from converting drives into points. Minnesota had stretches of sustained possession and had control of the game in terms of possession, 33 minutes and 34 seconds to 26 minutes and 26 seconds for Pittsburgh, and outgained the Steelers in total yards, 372 to 313. But these advantages didn't translate into points. When the game swung late, Pittsburgh's defense made critical plays, like the chase-down tackle by Peyton Wilson, to stop what could have been the game-tying drive. The Vikings scored twice in the final 7 minutes to close the gap to 24-21, showing they had the capability to compete. However, the time remaining was limited, and they had to drive against a Steelers defense primed for the final push. While there was somewhat of a surge, it was much too late, and never truly felt like a real threat to the Steelers. The Vikings looked dangerous late, and came close to taking the lead. They never fully controlled the game, and critical mistakes earlier left them with too much to do. The score was close, but the opportunity to win was fleeting until the final minutes. And even then, Pittsburgh's defense kept them from capitalizing. The quarterback play was good. Carson Wentz completed 30 passes on 46 attempts for 350 yards, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, but was sacked 6 times for 48 yards. Aaron Rodgers went 18 for 22 with 200 yards and a touchdown, and was sacked twice for 18 yards. Though Minnesota lost, their late rally shows they can fight. The challenge is starting better and avoiding self-inflicted damage.